Ladies and gentlemen, this particular story is very heartbreaking, not only because of what happened to this boy, but I also thought it was heartbreaking because I think the news missed an opportunity to talk about this story. I found zero news videos about this, and I'm seriously thinking that this story was probably not circulated very well, but I do want to share the memory of this baby boy that you see on my screen. For what he went through was absolutely disgusting, okay? But I'm going to give a couple of opinions that might not sit well with your sensibilities. So if you can't handle that, I understand. But we are going to be giving some very difficult details about this story. A bullying father. So this father is a bully. A bullying father accused of murdering his 6-year-old son. And a campaign of cruelty is the way that they describe it. Told police he will be remembered as the dad who killed his son. And I'm getting this from Daily Mail, so shout out to Daily Mail. They put together a pretty comprehensive article, so I'm thankful for that. The father's name, let me see if I can get a solo shot of him up here. Well, I might not have a standalone picture of him. I don't think I do. On the left-hand side of my screen, that is Thomas Hughes, 29 years old. He told police he is accountable for the death of Arthur Labinjo. I cannot pronounce that middle name. Labinjo. I don't know if that J is a J or if it's a ha, like Latin. I'm not sure. But Arthur Hughes, so I'll call him Arthur Hughes. That beautiful baby boy right there, whom he allegedly killed with his new partner, dad's girlfriend, Emma Tustin, Tustin, Emma Tustin, who's 32 years old, which is, I believe that's the woman on the right-hand side. Don't hold me to that, but we'll get to it here in a minute. The couple said to have subjected Arthur to systematic abuse designed to terrorize this boy. Arthur was allegedly deprived of food. He was made to stand in a hallway for 14 hours a day. Starved him and made him stand in a hallway for 14 hours. Not 14 seconds, not 14 minutes, 14 hours. And poisoned with salt before being fatally attacked at Tustin's home near Solihull, West Meads last June. I can't pronounce that. Anyway, prosecutors allege that Arthur was subjected to months of cruelty by Hughes and Tustin, which matched the medical definition of child torture. The pair denied murder and multiple counts of child cruelty. Of course, why would they admit to it? I don't think very many criminals are going to admit to their wrongdoing, right? During police interviews, Hughes revealed how Arthur had spent much of his waking hours during lockdown in isolation and admitted to the police, "I'll be honest now. Now I've had a taste of it, but it was the same as prison. It wasn't nice and it was wrong." In transcripts read out to jurors at the Coventry Crown Court, Hughes said, from lockdown up until his death, he spent more of his time in isolation. "I can't remember the time he was treated like a normal child myself. I can't remember the last time he was allowed to sit and watch TV." Without the presence of a solicitor, Hughes revealed how he slapped Arthur for interrupting his fish and chips and slashed his favorite football shirt. He told how he sent text messages telling his girlfriend, Tustin, to bounce Arthur's head and kill him. And said he put him in punishment rules that would see his son confined to the hallway from nearly the time that he got up in the morning until bedtime. I'm sorry, but I honestly believe, I don't know where the biological mother is. It's a good question. But I honestly believe that it would be excellent justice if for the suffering and abuse that these children went through, somebody needs to put these parents through. Stepmom and biological father should be put through everything plus more that boy went through. Hughes told detectives while in custody, "I know it doesn't paint me in a brilliant light, and I know I'm not going to be remembered as the dad that I was. I'll just be remembered as the dad who killed his son." So he's thinking about himself. That's a self-serving comment. I don't like that. I really didn't want it to come to this. When told Arthur was found with 130 bruises on his body at post-mortem, the dad, Hughes, told officers he could account for most. In his 6th interview while under arrest, he told detectives, "It paints me as a monster, I'm aware. I'm nearly 27 years old. I'm 27 years old, nearly 28. For nearly all of those years, I've never been in trouble with the police. Like that even matters. Nobody would have a bad word to say, but the last few weeks, they would have had a lot of bad things to say. Sounds like he's only worried about himself and how people are going to view him. That is disgusting. That last few months, I effectively turned into a monster. That's how I'm going to be seen now. I'm not going to be the dad whose boy worshipped the ground that he walked on." Hughes added, "I never intended to hurt him. It's a case of discipline gone too far, and it went horribly wrong." And I 100% disagree with that. The court was told that when the girlfriend Tustin was arrested, she disclosed that she was 8 weeks pregnant, of course. Because isn't that exactly what child abusers and murderers need, is they need to be producing more children, right? Guess that's the way that works. Arthur was said to have spent his waking hours segregated and isolated in a hallway and made to sleep on a living room floor. Hughes speaks, the dad, speaking after being arrested and held in police custody, told detectives how he whacked or hit Arthur's legs for making noises while he ate fish and chips and cut the boy's favorite Birmingham City football shirt in front of him. The admissions were made to the police in an interview 2 days after Arthur died from fatal head injuries at Birmingham Children's Hospital. He said, "I took some scissors to it and ripped it up in front of him, trying to break this boy spiritually, emotionally, and physically. He was upset. He had a meltdown. He loved football shirts. And this dad took the only thing away from this boy that he really, truly cared about. It's disgusting." Because I knew he loved his football shirts, I made him put another one in the bin. He added, "I ripped up his favorite blanket in front of him and put that in the bin." Arthur had been in the full-time care of Hughes after Olivia Hallcrow was accused of killing her new partner, Gary Cunningham, in February of 2019. So I'm going to assume that's where the biological mother is. If the biological mother is Olivia Hallcrow, she was accused of killing her new partner, Gary Cunningham, in February of 2019. So you guys can look that up. Hughes then fell hook, line, and sinker for Tustin, jurors were told, and moved into her home in Cranmore Road when the country entered lockdown in March of 2020. Prosecutors alleged that the girlfriend Tustin murdered the youngster when she was home alone with him and that Hughes intentionally encouraged the killing. Tustin had pleaded guilty to 1 count of child cruelty, but denies further charges of the same offense. Hughes denied all of the charges. In an interview, Hughes said he believes his treatment of Arthur had led to the death and described Tustin as being Mother Teresa. He told officers, "I put Arthur in that position. I'm accountable for it. I don't believe anyone else is. I put Arthur in that position and I have to deal with that. I know it's a long way off, but I'm guilty. I make no bones of it." Again, that's that self-serving bullcrap. "I don't want other people to suffer for my ignorance and my neglect." Jurors also heard text messages between Hughes and Tustin talking of the alleged abuse. In one message, the dad, Hughes, threatens to take his jaw, his shoulders, threatened to take his jaw off his shoulders. Wow. He threatened to take his jaw off his shoulders. "Just gag him or something. Tie a rope around his mouth with a sock in it or something." Under questioning, Hughes told police the texts were in the heat of the moment. In a 999 call made to 12 minutes after Arthur was found unresponsive, Tustin claimed that head injuries were self-inflicted. So they're going to blame this on the kid. Ain't that something? They say that the boy did this to himself. That's what the girlfriend is claiming. She said that the injuries were self-inflicted. She claimed that he had banged his head while on the floor on all fours. Hughes also told how he hit Arthur's head while he was unresponsive and pulled his hair in a bid to provoke a reaction. He added, I said to Emma, phone the ambulance because she didn't want to." There's still a little bit more here. Coventry Crown Court heard that when Hughes was taken into custody, he began deliberately hitting his head more than 200 times against the cell wall. Jurors told how Arthur's wider family had raised concerns with social services and police in April 2020 after finding bruises on his back. So they tried to say something. His grandmother, Joanne Hughes, took photographs of the injuries to the boy's back before telling social services that she was concerned for her grandson. Uncle Daniel Hughes claimed that he also sent photos of the youngster's bruises to the police after attempting to visit Tustin's home with other family members, but never heard back. And that's really all they can do. Earlier in the trial, a medical expert said he believed that Arthur was shaken and slammed with very severe force. Consultant neuropathologist Daniel Duplessis said that the chances of Arthur causing himself a fatal head injury was inconceivable, which I agree. We're not dumb. We understand. Opening the trial, Jonas Hankin, QC, told jurors both defendants participated in a campaign of cruelty intended to cause Arthur significant harm and suffering. Violence and intimidation, both physical and verbal, were routine. Arthur's visible injuries, his miserable physical condition, and obvious despair provided each defendant with a daily reminder of the lengths to which the other would go to cause this boy harm. This boy had nobody. It would have been nice if they would have given up custody to the family. That would have been nice. This boy had no mother and had the worst father possible. Let's go back to that picture. The father smiles in your face, and all the time he wants to take your place. That backstabber. Backstabber. That's what that face reminds me of that father. A devil in disguise. He is a horrible individual, and I hate the fact that he said all of that in court, talking about, well, I know what I did was wrong. No, he doesn't. He didn't care. He needs the death penalty, the ultimate penalty under law, as well as the girlfriend. What they did to this boy, the people said, was inconceivable. They lied on him, tried to blame it on him, and made him live a life of torture for no damn reason. For that, they need the ultimate penalty under law. So I hope that whenever we get that verdict, that I can deliver that news to you guys whenever we do an update. But what that boy went through was just absolutely disgusting. Beautiful baby boy. Young Arthur, R.I.P. young Prince, R.I.P. All that baby boy needed with that beautiful bright smile was just a chance, a real opportunity to grow up and become something great. So we need to use these stories as a cautionary tale to save another child. We can't do anything about this baby boy, but what we can do is we can be AFC in our neighborhoods and our family. Make sure if you see something, say something, report it, and save a life and save a child. I'd rather you say something and be wrong rather than don't say anything and a child end up dead. Thank y'all for listening with an open mind as well as an open heart. And from my heart to yours, I love you all. Y'all have a great day. And I'll see you guys on the next stream, all right? Happy Halloween. Peace.